I know. I I can't believe it myself. This is fantastic. You got a lot of fantastic videos, everything from pedal cars, all different kinds of shop sort of stuff. Um, and then you did a few MakerPipe builds. You did the intro to MakerPipe with the 3D printed accessories and gadgets. And then you worked on your welding booth and then the welding curtain. Am I missing any?
No, that's it. Like I said, coming out this Wednesday should be my angle grinder, die grinder holder.
Oh, is that using MakerPipe as well?
Yep. I can show that to you if you want to see it.
Oh yeah, a preview. That's fantastic.
All right, so excuse me while I move my camera here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so here's my welding booth. And underneath the jacket is my welding cart that I made out of an old bed frame, some angler I got off the curb, and a file cabinet. And welding table I made. And this is this week's project, and this is my angle grinder, die grinder storage. Let me go in a little bit more. Sorry about the bounce. Wait for that.
No problem. Looks good.
So you can see the MakerPipe. Basically, it's a big H. It goes all the way down to the floor, and I have my plastic tips on the bottom, my plastic tips on the side, and I have MakerPipe going across. And I'll come in here a little bit and show you my. So this is my die grinder, and let me get a part. So I got a piece of the conduit, 3/4 inch going across here, and I want to hold my die grinders. And most people, they hold them. They take a piece of angle iron and they cut a little notch in there. But what that does, you get all your grinding dirt and dust into your, and that just pushes it all into your die grinder. So to fix that, I got a quick connect here and a couple bushings, and that slides right over a piece of conduit, and it kind of swings in and out. So when I want to attach it, I just swing it out and it clips in just like you're in an airline.
That's fantastic.
So I'm going to put a coat hanger, and now I have my wrenches right there. And my 90-degree die grinder, I got 2 wrenches there. And on top, I put a little note, oil me, that you're supposed to put a couple of drops of oil every time you use it. And right in the middle, I got my oil. So everything is right here, everything I need. I don't have to forget the oil or have to go looking for it. I have a little note.
Wow.
So if you go down here, and it's all started with the die grinders, or with the angle, it all started with the angle grinders. I made that first. And this is just a bar. I think it's 1 inch by 3/16. And I have the wrenches right here for each of the die grinders. And just clip it on there, and it holds it. And then on the top, so I have all my abrasives. So this is just 2 pieces of angle iron with a gap in between, so I can stick any of my abrasives in there. And I have the different grits in that. And on the top for my angle grinder, I have these little hooks. And I made it a while ago. I drilled a hole and put a pin in there. And so I can see what I have in inventory, and I can see if I want to change grit, what I have available. Everything is, in plain sight. I always believe everything should be at point of use. If you have an angle grinder, you should have the tools and grinding discs right where you work. So that's kind of like my philosophy.
Wow. Yeah. And the means to maintain them too with the oil.
Right. You shouldn't have to go looking for a tool. If I have a piece of equipment or a tool and I need a certain wrench, I'll get an extra wrench and I'll keep it with it, like my lathe. You don't want to go searching around your shop for a hammer or a wrench. Just keep it right at your lathe. Point of use.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool things going on. I really like the PVC tees that you used as a flexible mount. I think that's really smart.
And then I can add it in the future if I would get more. I just, you know, this is on an iHook. I can just slide stuff down and get more. I'm not tied into, you know, a certain size or certain length.
Right. Do you remember the size on those? Are they 3/4 inch PVC?
This is 1 inch.
1 inch. Okay.
So I'm not sure if that's because of tube size and how it all goes. If that is really 3/4, because a 3/4 would fit in here. But what I did is I took a piece of conduit and my quick release here to the store, and then I kind of looked at all the bins and found out what I needed. And I bought one and I took it home, made sure it worked, and then I went back and then I bought enough to make it.
That's great. I could see a lot of uses for that. Neat.
And again, I'm solving a problem here. How do I keep all my tools clean and on hand where I'm not going look around the shop for them? I had them in a toolbox in a drawer. So if I was grinding and I wanted to get a different grinder, I had to go get it, and then you had to get the abrasives and change it all out. And, you know, that worked good for a while.
Yeah. And that's a great tip about the connection for the air, about grit getting into that and how that could really damage the tool.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody do it like this. Everybody has, like I said, it's a piece of sheet metal that's bent up with a notch, and they slide all their tools in there. Now I have more air tools than this, but I don't use them in my grinding area, so I don't need them all out at one area.
Mm. Yeah, that makes sense. That's neat. Well, thanks for showing us a sneak peek at this one. You're going to have the video come out when?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay. We're probably going to air, let's see. We'll put it on the channel, I think next week. So the video will already be up. So if people want to check out this build, they can go right to MKE Gadgets and then find this video, and we'll link it too.
All right, great.
That's
You
really
want to
neat.
see the
Thanks
welding
for showing.
curtains while I'm over here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, I'll slide back. So here's a shot of the original one. I'll stop for bones. So the original one had a couple inherent problems. It was always leaning, and it didn't have any feet, and it has these hooks on here like you have in a shower curtain. And with a ceiling fan going, when I walk by, it was always clicking, and that kind of drove me crazy. And when I would move them, they'd always be leaning over. You can see you can make them lean pretty easily. And I didn't like that. So again, problem solving. And I didn't know how I was going to do this. Originally, I was going to do this out of angle iron and weld it all together. But that all changed when I got the maker pipe for Christmas. And here's a shot of the new one. Go down. So on the front, I just have a 3D printed foot on there. And in the back, I have my roller skate wheels. So I can just, one hand, move it up and down. And it doesn't have those shower curtain hooks on there, so it doesn't wiggle. So that's the welding curtain. And
So
that worked out really nice.
As I was watching your video, you were explaining how you took those roller skates that you found on Craigslist and then reused the wheels in those and in this curtain. And I thought it was just such a smart idea. I mean, that's endless wheels that that you can find for almost free.
Yeah, I got them off of Craigslist, and I'm always looking for rollerblade wheels or roller skate wheels. And on Craigslist or on the curb, when people throw them out, they're free and they're really nice wheels. If you have to go buy wheels like this, you'd be surprised how much you got to pay for a caster or a wheel.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you be able to show how you did that, with how you adapted the roller skate wheels to the curtain?
Sure. So coming down on the corner of the curtain, I used a 180 connector with two 6-inch pieces of conduit, and then a piece of threaded rod and some washers. So the conduit goes in there, and then the rollerblade or roller skate wheel goes on a threaded rod. So I got two of them, and they're a little bit more than a foot apart. The conduit is 6 inches apart, and that has been really stable, a lot more stable than the other one. And it's really nice because you can lift it up and move it with one hand, because usually when you're working and welding, you got something in the other hand. So I tried to make it so it was easy to move.
Yeah, it really came out smart. And then, and is it correct that the threaded rod just threads into the other side with that 3D printed fitting?
Right. You can see there the shiny part.
Yep.
So I 3D printed these, and one of them is threaded 1/4 and the other one is drilled 1/4 inch. That way you don't have to thread it all the way in.
Ah,
And the threaded part stops it from coming out.
right. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's similar to what Matthew Compton did for mounting monitors with MakerPipe, except he used just a continuous bolt all the way through and a washer on the other end, and you 3D printed that piece that goes with threaded rod. I like it.
Originally, I was going to go threaded rod from wheel to wheel, but then I have to drill a hole into the maker or into the tube going down, and then on the 180 connector. So I thought, okay, now what do I got to do? I'll make it two pieces of
Right.
threaded rod, and then that's when I got into the printing part of it.
That's great.
So while we're here looking at my welding curtain, I'll move that out of the way, and we can see the backside of my welding booth, which is also MakerPipe. So this is just again a big H out of MakerPipe, 4 pieces, 190 connectors, and then I have it bolted on with conduit connectors. And then on my hand bender, I made a bunch of accessory hooks so I can hang my shop vac, my airline, and some more hoses for vacuuming the floor up. And as you go around, you can see again the opposite end of the back. So the diamond plate I got all free. And then it's supported by this, it's on wheels, part of it is, and you can see all that now. But one of these big electronics stores went out of business a couple of years ago, and I went and bought a bunch of carts with wheels on. Like I said, anytime I can get wheels, and I made this cart, so everything's kind of bolted to the cart. So if we walk around and go inside, and the cart is behind here, if I move my welding cart, you kind of see the cart. It's a retail cart.
Oh yeah, that's right. I like the way that you also join the panels together. You use the those same conduit clips, right? And just put two back to back.
Right, and these panels are, because of that, these panels are kind of like on a hinge, so I can move them in and move them out. So if I'm working on a real big project, that's why I wanted the welding curtains on wheels. So if a real big project, I can move them around. If I have a smaller project, I can kind of enclose this around my welding just to stop sparks from flying.
That's really neat. And I also consider it an honor that, you know, you use MakerPipe to build that structure when you could have easily welded it up out of whatever you wanted to.
really it was a lot cheaper and a lot easier to make it out of maker pipe. And you know, the maker pipe, the best thing about it, you can change it. Now next week, if I come in here and I buy some more tools, or I find a better usage or a better way of using this, I just reuse it. I'll reconfigure it. I'll make it wider, shorter, stronger, longer, you know. I'll add stuff to it, and you can do it in maker pipe. And if I don't like it, I just recycle everything and turn it into something else, which I haven't done yet because I really like what I've been making. So one of the things I do not like.
Lot coming from you.
Well, thanks. You know, it's about making it so you can change your mind. And I'm always changing my mind. When I make something, I'll get it together and I'll forget, oh man, I could have done it like this so much better. That's why I don't like using 5-minute epoxy and stuff. Do you know why they call it 5-minute epoxy?
Why?
Because 5 minutes after it's hard, I already changed my mind and it's too late. So I like bolting stuff together, and a maker pipe really is about bolting stuff together. And the conduit in general, you can go to the Mega Bigger Box store and go to the electrical department and the plumbing department, and you can get stuff that really works well with each other on a 3/4 inch.
Mm-hmm.
And here I'll show you my next project that I'm working on, and I haven't added maker pipe to it. Once again, here's a shop vac, and most people have them in their shop. And what's the biggest problem with your shop vac, I think, is one, you don't have your tools with you, and two, you're always running the cord over, right? So you move your shop vac and the cord's in the way. The cord's not long enough, or the cord's in the way. So I made this out of angle iron long before I knew maker pipe existed. But I use the conduit clamps here, and you can see them. And this is a piece of angle iron, and this is PVC. So I have my crevice tool in here, my short one, my long crevice tool. I got aluminum bar to clean out your crevice tool, because if you use it long enough, it's going to get jammed up. So again,
Right.
I'm not walking around my shop looking for it. It's all right here. And then this vacuuming wand I got off of Craigslist free. Someone was throwing out. It's never been used, and it's the kind for when you're doing wet vac, and it's stainless steel, and it works really well with my shop vac. I had to print a bushing adapter, but I have it clipped on here so I can vacuum and put it back, again, without walking around and searching for it. And then I have a holder here that holds the extension cord. So when it's plugged in, it's not dragging on the floor. So with this loop here, I have it on the top here. I put a loop, and now I can go through the shop and I can just lower the loop if I need a more extension cord. And that way you're not tripping over it.
Oh, wow.
So this is all going to be done in a future video with maker pipe. And I really want to do is have this here for me and have it come upside down with the cord pointing down. Make it like 6 feet, 6.5 feet tall. And that way I won't have to use it, you know, I won't have to line up the cord at all, because that will give me enough cord to get all the way around the shop. And then I'll have it looped almost to the floor, but not touching. So when I move the shop vac around, I'm not running it over with the wheels.
Wow.
So that I went to the Mega Bigger Box store the other day, and I bought all the parts for that. But I got a couple things ahead of that. And I don't want to put out every week a maker pipe video, so I'm trying to space them out a little bit.
Well, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but yeah, you know, you got to mix it up a little bit.
So one of the things I said I don't like is toolboxes, because, well, they're expensive and they take up floor space. So here I'm working on this project, and this has nothing to do with maker pipe, but I'm calling this the wall of tools. So I'm taking all my tools out of my toolbox, and I'm making custom holders for it, and I'm labeling what they are, because when you take it out, sometimes you don't know where to go back. So I'm doing a color code system here. So orange is an inspection tool. Blue is what I call a helper. It helps you out some way. And then red is something that's going to cut you, a chisel, a knife, a scribe, and all. So then you can kind of put it back real easily. And it's kind of funny when my friends come over and we build something, they like putting stuff away because they like figuring out where it goes. So
yeah, wow, that looks fantastic already. That's
so
great.
yeah, every day I make every day or so I make 1 or 2 more of these, and like I said, I want to eliminate my toolboxes, or some of them at least. And then this will, once I'm done, this will be built into a cabinet that will replace what I got going on here, which is just a mess. So here's a bunch of blow molded plastic boxes and tooling that I'm trying to make custom holders for. So that's going to be a work in progress, and that's going to be a while out.
You've had that Kennedy toolbox
So then,
for a while, huh?
oh yeah, I got a couple of them in here. I love Kennedys. I won't sell them, but everybody wants to buy toolboxes, and really, it's hard to find stuff in the drawers unless you cut out foam, and then they really take up a lot of space. So around the corner from here, this is show you my 3D printer. And that's kind of an enclosure here, all aluminum. And I got a piece of plastic that covers it up. So when I'm sawing or drilling, I don't get any sawdust or smoke or chips on it.
Nice. What kind is that? Do you remember?
I can't remember the name of it.
You know, there's probably 10 names for it, you know, all made in the same place, but they brand it 10 different ways.
Right. So then here's my my little CAD station, my laptop, right next to my printer. And then coming back here is my my Bridgeport mill.
Nice.
That I got a job I'm working on now. I'm tapping some holes. These holes are going to be for some casters that are going to get bolted on. And then swinging around here is my
I hope you didn't have to buy those.
My cart I made.
The casters. I hope you found those, or did you have to buy those wheels?
Yeah, I had to buy them.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to buy them. They're quite pricey. And then here's my lathe right next to my Bridgeport mill.
Oh, great. What kind of lathe? This is Atlas Craftsman?
Yeah, Atlas Craftsman.
Oh, that's nice.
So then you keep going around is my my drill press. So in between the lathe and the drill press, I have all my drilling accessories right there. And then in between the over the lathe, I have again all my custom made holders. And these are red because these are lathe cutting tools. And then up here, I got some inspection equipment, and they're orange.
What's your process for keeping tools in good shape and rust free if you have them out in the shop? Do you ever have a problem with that?
Not too bad. The shop is heated. I got in-floor heat, so it's usually 60 degrees in here pretty much 6 months of the year. In springtime, you get a little moisture in here. And one of the things when you're on a drill press or my Bridgeport here, and you're drilling, let me set up a shot here. Okay, so here I'm on the drill press, and I'm just using got a piece of 2x4 here. And if you start drilling, you're gonna make chips here, right? And what do you got to do? You got to go find your shop vac, and then you got to plug it in. Let me turn it off. So you drill a hole, metal out of wood, plastic, doesn't really matter. And you want to clean up right away. And you go, well, I'll just clean up later on. You know, it doesn't really matter. It's only one hole. But down here, I got my shop vac hose, and there's a switch in here. I pull this out, and listen. Shop vac goes on. I can come here and vacuum up all my chips. And I put it back in. This is one hand. And I put it back. And it turns off the shop vac.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. So you've got a plunger switch or a momentary switch, and then when you take it out, it starts the shop vac. How cool.
Right. I got the same thing on my Bridgeport again here. Same thing. You pull it out, and I can come over here and vacuum up chips.
That's
because
great.
A lot of times you got one hand, you're drilling, one hand on the quill, and the other hand might be adding a drop of oil here or there. But then you got a bunch of chips, and if you can clean them up as you make your chips, or right when you're done, it's easy. You don't have to again look for the shop vac, plug it in, find the hose, unplug the hose. It's ready to go. You use it and you put it away, and you're done. It's ready to go next time.
Wow. That's fantastic. That's really smart. I need that in my shop. Boy, I'm seeing a lot of things that I could use. Wow, that's great.
And I do have a video on that. I believe I'm making that.
Oh, good. Okay. I hadn't seen that one yet.
So now I'm back to where we started from at the workbench. This workbench here is, I don't know, is that maple? This is a bowling alley I got for nothing. And then I built the metal frame around it.
Wow, a bowling alley lane. Yeah, why
Yep.
not?
You see them every once in a while on Craigslist. Usually they're kind of pricey. Sometimes they're free. And this one, I don't know if it's 10 feet long by, well, the width of a bowling alley. And it weighs about 300-400 pounds.
Wow. How
But
thick is the wood? It's end grain, is that right?
yeah. I think about 2.5 inches.
Oh, I think you're hitting on the next big trend in butcher blocks and bar tables.
Well, the guy I got it from, he passed away, and his wife said he got it from a tavern, and a tavern bowling alley that went out of business in the 50s, and he was always going to make a bar out of it. Well, they were downsizing it, and they just wanted somebody to come and take it away.
That's such a great idea. That's cool. I like that.
And when I showed up, they were very happy to see it leave.
Yeah, the best intentions don't always get all the projects done, but that's a neat one. It's nice that you were able to take it and finish it and turn it into something.
Oh, when I see something, whenever I see something, I'm always looking at what can I do with that? How am I gonna make something out of that? You know, I'll see something on the curb, I'll drive by and I go, oh, I don't need a project, and I'll turn around on the way home and I'll pick it up and I'll make something out of it.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, that's the fun, that if you can take something that someone has thrown out that they don't want at all, they don't even want to see it anymore, and you can take it and turn it into something pretty cool like a workbench. I think that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree with you. We did that ping pong table recently video, and we weren't planning on doing that at all. And Jake just happened to see it, and then it's serendipitous, right? It's a spur of the moment thing, and next thing you know, you're making a ping pong table and playing ping pong on a Friday. It was fantastic.
Yeah, when I saw that video, I thought, holy cow, they're speaking to me, you know. And you'd be surprised how many ping pong tables I see free on Craigslist. And usually the legs are all messed up too.
Right.
Because the kids got it for Christmas and now they're gone or no longer interested. So it gets folded up and moved around the house or in the garage. And when I saw yours, I go, oh man, that's the greatest thing ever. And then you can also use it for a banquet table too, right?
Yeah.
Just put a tablecloth on it.
Right. Yeah. I'm glad it's getting another life, and we're happy to have it.
And then, you know, when you're done with it, you can pass it on, or you can take the top off and you can use a maker pipe over. I mean, talk about being green. All the fittings and connectors and the pipe, you just take them apart, store them, and make something else out of them.
Right. Yeah. We were talking after we made it. We said, oh, we should put this back on Craigslist or Facebook and then just give it away for free. But now it actually works and somebody can enjoy it.
Well, you can play with it for a while, and then when you're done with it, you know.
Yeah, we still might do that. We were trying to give it to our post office worker that picks up all the packages. He gets kind of first refusal on a lot of things because we appreciate him so much. But he said he was okay. He didn't need it at the time. This has truly been a pleasure to get a tour of your shop. Thank you so much for having me in here and showing us around the shop.
Well, thank you so much, because I really enjoyed this. You know, I started watching your videos when New York CNC had the video up, and then I'm like, oh, this is something I'm going to be using. I know I don't know what to make. I know I want to get some, and I want to start using it. So hold on, let me check the mail real quick.
To fill in a little bit of the backstory, he's expecting a gift possibly today in the mail.
Yeah, this is not a setup or anything for sure.
I know. I can't believe it myself. This is fantastic.
I mean, I didn't know I was getting this today till about 10 o'clock. Okay.
Wow.
Let me. Did I say about how I got the first pipe for my son?
You mentioned it was a gift, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So you just checked the mail because you were expecting a gift from your son, right?
Yeah. So my birthday is right around the corner, and my son got me my first set of maker pipe connectors for Christmas. And we talked about doing this video a week ago, and this morning he called me and said, "Hey, there's a package coming for my birthday." And I said, "Okay." I said, "That's great." I said, "Hey, have you seen my videos? I've been really using the maker pipe a lot, and I got to get some more." And he says, "Well, don't get any more until you get your package today." So here's my package that just came in, and I'm not a big fan of unboxing, but I thought the people might be interested to see what it comes like. Cardboard box with a lot of reinforcement tape, and nothing's poking through.
That's good.
Always
Yeah,
good.
I'm curious to see what it looks like too.
Right, yeah, you don't send packages to yourself too often. So you open it up. Here's some little paper,
Uh-huh.
and here is a whole mess more connectors that I got.
Oh, good. They stayed together in the packs. That's great.
Right. Yep, they didn't break apart. And then you get all the bags and screws, the little tubes, the little spacers. And then way in the bottom is a packing mix. So yeah, I know you do a heat treatment on this to melt them together. And plenty of hardware. All the hardware is measured out. Another Allen wrench.
I don't think people believe that this isn't a setup.
No, this is. I didn't know. 10 o'clock this morning, my son called and said, "Hey, you got a package coming," and I had no idea at that time even what it was. And then when he told me that, I'm like, okay. And then I said, "Oh, this is going to be so fun because we can do a little unboxing with you online."
Yeah.
So one of the things I printed out, and it's in my tips video, and this is a little Allen wrench holder. The Allen wrench kind of clips in there. And it's nice because you can spin it from this end, or you spin it like this on this end.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just helps you tightening everything down. And that's up there on Thingiverse.
We'll definitely link that. I really enjoyed that because that idea has crossed my mind a couple of times of like, we should include a 3D printed holder for the Allen wrenches. And then you made it and put it available online.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this has been quite a whirlwind here, buying this, actually receiving it for Christmas gift, and then making YouTube videos for it, and then a few emails back and forth and phone call, and now we're doing this.
Yeah, we're talking, and I couldn't be happier. Thank you so much for your interest and all the interesting things that you've made. It's quite a compliment that you would build with Maker Pipe. So thank you again.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for a great product.
You're welcome. And I think we owe John from NYC CNC a thank you too, because that's how you originally saw Maker Pipe.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, I really appreciated that invite from John to go up to his shop and his business. It was a great treat because I've been a fan of his for a long time.
Yeah, I've been watching this channel for a couple of years now.
Yeah, it's great. And I hope everybody that checks out this video of our conversation goes to your channel, MKE Gadgets on YouTube, and takes a look at some of the videos you've made. You've done a great job.
Well, thank you. It's been fun.
Yeah, and to be able to thank you for having us in your shop. The ability to see the things that you've made and the detail of walking around your shop has been a pleasure.
Well, I'm very happy to have you here and very proud to show off my accomplishments.
Yeah, good. Well, they're great. And we'll look forward to the next few videos with Maker Pipe. How's that?
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to them too.
Okay. Anything else you want to mention or I can do for you?
No, just if you see this video and you're interested in Maker Pipe, go to Maker Pipe's website, and they've got a lot of videos and blogs on there and photographs and pictures of what people do, and just get motivated.
Good. Well, I appreciate that. All right. Well, definitely stay in touch. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for your time today.
You are welcome.
Oh, and happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.